Welcome to this 10-minute tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to fit a lightweight ceiling rose on your ceiling, giving you a step-by-step guide of what works, as well as showing you my mistakes so you know what to avoid, plus how to reinforce it so you can attach a light to the rose at a later date. I've installed a few of these ceiling roses now, so I've learned many do's and don'ts along the way, and the rose I'm fitting today is 71 centimetres in diameter, so quite a large one, but this method works for smaller ones too. I'm such a big fan of these lightweight polyurethane ceiling roses. They are a really affordable alternative to real plaster roses and are easier to install if you're a DIYer like me. First, you'll need a good grab adhesive. This one I'm using is great for an initial good grip, and you're just going to apply that in blobs anywhere the rose will touch the ceiling. Now, my first mistake here was not putting enough adhesive on, so do not hold back. Apply it quite liberally to guarantee a good grab. You can also use a ready-made coving adhesive for this, but in this use case it's all much of a muchness. You just want to get yourself a decent grab adhesive, as this is not something you want to fall down ever. Now it's time to stick it on the ceiling, and this took me several attempts, and I'll walk you through what went wrong and why. Now, when sticking it up, you want to make sure your lighting wire is central in that centre hole the best you can. Obviously it will never be 100% perfect, but while the adhesive is still wet, you can move the rose around slightly to find that ideal position. And obviously you want to make sure none of these electrics are live while you're doing this. So in my first attempt, I was full of hope, as I had installed a ceiling rose in our loft room upstairs in the very same way. However, this ceiling rose is a lot bigger at 71 centimetres, and although it is lightweight, it's also heavier than this small amount adhesive could handle, and ultimately gravity won. I would have needed to hold it in this position for hours to get it to grip, which it did not, so I decided to add some more adhesive to see if this would do the job. So back again, and this time with much more adhesive on, and you can see the marks on the ceiling of where the surfaces actually touch. That is where you want to concentrate the adhesive. There's no point on putting it everywhere if everywhere isn't ever going to actually hit your ceiling. Now, much more promise here, and I'd prepared myself to hold it in a position a bit longer than before, which does give you very achy arms, so it just isn't sustainable beyond a few minutes. And as you can see, when one side feels like it's holding in place, the other starts to come away from the ceiling. Basically, I'd need a few sets of arms to be able to hold it in this position from all sides for an extended period of time. And as mentioned, this will probably work fine with smaller ceiling roses, but just not in this case, unfortunately. And actually, you can see here, it was starting to grip pretty well. I had all the faith in this adhesive, but the weight of the rose was just a bit too much. So whenever I was sure it had stuck, it would slowly start to fall again. By now, my arms were pretty achy, and it was very clear to me that I'd need a bit more support to hold this up onto the ceiling. I was never going to be able to hold this all up by myself, so I decided to take it down and try a bit of a different method. So for my final attempt before we reached the successful one, I added a bit more adhesive again, and I thought maybe a few nails in this would help hold it in place while the adhesive set. And as you can see, this was a bit of a struggle from the get-go. I was having the same issues with it just coming straight down, but I'd grabbed some nails from the shed and decided to try one in the side of the rose. I really didn't want to make big holes for screws or anything, so I thought slim nails might be the ideal middle ground. Now, I do think this did kind of help. Once I got the nail in there and hammered away at it, it did seem to be holding it in place. I was really worried though about whacking the ceiling rose and damaging it, because the beautiful detail in this rose makes it such a stunning visual feature, so the last thing I wanted was a huge dent in it. It was very fiddly though to try and combine hammering the nail in with holding the whole rose up with one hand. Yeah, I do not recommend. And I think these nails were just long enough to go through the thickness of the rose and into the ceiling, but our ceiling is made of plasterboard, so ideally I would have needed to use proper plasterboard fixes to guarantee any sort of hold. And this was the best level of hold I'd got the whole time. It did actually hold it in place, but I could already see the ceiling rose starting to drop. So I decided to cut my losses and try something completely different, which actually worked a charm. Now sure, you can screw the ceiling roses into the ceiling, but I wanted to avoid any holes in the detail, so we decided to go with the bracing method instead. I applied the exact same adhesive again, and then I brought in some help this time to assist. We then used leftover timber we had to act as a brace or prop to apply pressure to the ceiling rose and hold it up in position while it dried. Now, I would recommend doing it the official way by buying a support prop or two. You can get these from most DIY stores, and these are actually designed to hold things up, like when you're attaching plasterboard to a ceiling, but will absolutely do the same job as what our makeshift timber prop is doing here. And having that horizontal piece of wood just pushes the pressure across the diameter of the ceiling rose, so you get that adhesion right out to the edges. Now we are firmly in position, no more achy arms holding the rose in place, and then I use the same grab adhesive to close in the edges where the rose and the ceiling met, met. Many grab adhesives will also serve as a gap filler. It will tell you on the packaging whether or not it's suitable for this. My method is very much the same as caulking. So you apply the gap filler with your sealant gun, then dip your finger in warm soapy water and run it over the filler to smooth it all out. This also does give it a bit more adhesion to those edges, which is only going to help with attaching it to your ceiling even more. You can also use caulk for this if your grab filler isn't right for this part of the job. What I also love about these ceiling roses is that they're fully paintable. You don't need to prime them before you go straight in with your paint colour. Now we are stuck in position and we left the ceiling rose to dry for 24 hours before coming back the next day for the moment of truth. Different grab adhesives may have different setting times, so make sure you read the instructions on yours before you release your brace. There's not much to it at this point. We just released the makeshift timber prop and the rose had firmly set in place and we were safe and finished. So now I'm going to show you how we reinforce the centre part of the rose to add some strength to it for when we eventually fit our ceiling light. Now this ceiling rose already had this circular cutout in the middle, so we added a round piece of wood for the ceiling light bar to be screwed into. The wood was just a bit shallow of the surface, so we padded it out with these basic packers. Using the same grab adhesive, we attached the wood to the ceiling just to hold it in momentarily, then we screwed that wood into the ceiling for even more strength. We were right over a ceiling joist here luckily, so we were screwing into that. If you're not screwing into a joist, then you may need to use plasterboard fixings in your ceiling. If you are unsure, you can buy a stud finder tool which will help tell you where the joists in your ceiling are. Also, if you don't have this central hole in your ceiling rose, you can always attach a bit of wooden support to your ceiling before you put the rose on so it's hidden underneath. It's just going to give you something a bit more solid for your eventual light fitting to hang from. We glued the packers in place, then attached the light fixture bar to the wood, and this is now ready for the light to be installed. This rose looks so good, I cannot wait to get it painted, but before we do that, we've got one more to fit next door. Now, learning from all our mistakes, I'm skipping over all those trial and error phases, going in with a lot more adhesive on the rose this time. We'll be bracing this straight up onto the ceiling with the same makeshift prop, so I'm not too worried about it holding, but obviously want a good application to ensure it grabs and sets up there no problem. This time we added the wooden centre light support first, just easier without the rose in the way, and then I stuck that rose onto the ceiling before adding the brace in place pretty much instantly. It was so nice going into it this time with certainty about what we were doing, so I hope this video helps you if you're looking to fit a ceiling rose yourself of a similar size, but this method will work with lightweight ceiling roses of pretty much any size. They really add a bit of character to your room, and as this is a Victorian house, we definitely want to add that period charm back to the space. I'm not sure if there would have been ceiling roses in these exact bedrooms once upon a time, but we do have some original ones downstairs, so these definitely aren't out of place in our home. Now we are all gripped up on the ceiling, I'm going back in to do some gap filling with the same soapy water finger method. I have got a caulking masterclass video on my channel if you do want to learn more about this technique. Just like next door, this is going to close the gaps between the rose and the ceiling for a seamless, more authentic look. You do want to get this gap filler super smooth. Any lumps or bumps on your ceiling may be quite visible when you come to paint over them, and it really isn't hard to get a smooth, clean finish with this technique. It's going to look way more professional than leaving a gap between the rose and the ceiling, or than having dodgy filler that hasn't been smoothed out properly all over the ceiling. And again, we are going to leave this one to dry for 24 hours just to ensure that adhesive really cures and sets, locking the ceiling rose in place. One day later, we are back to release the brace and see if this rose has stuck too. And of course, there was nothing to fear because just like our first ceiling rose, this one has held it in place, an absolute treat. So there you have it, an easy way to fit a lightweight ceiling rose without the need for screws or power tools, just a good grab adhesive and a support prop. Once they are painted, the ceiling roses are going to look so seamless in these rooms, joining other characterful features like fireplaces, coving and cornicing. I really hope this video helped you on your own DIY journeys. I've got so many other tutorials on my channel, so please do go and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.